episode number 236, CamaroCon 2019, coming to Vegas. Welcome to the Camaro Show.
A podcast about all things Camaro and GM Performance News.
I'm Chris Frezza.
And I'm Jason Debler.
We're your hosts for this week's episode of the Camaro Show. Want to be part of our show? It's easy.
Just leave a message on our voicemail hotline at 586-486-3182.
So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. And welcome back, everyone, for another exciting episode of the Camaro Show. I'm Chris.
I'm Jason.
What's going on, dude?
Thank God we're not living in Devil's Rectum anymore.
That was one day for me. One day.
God. October 2nd here in Nashville, Tennessee, 97 degrees.
90 here in Detroit.
There's a couple spots that it broke 100 degrees in October here in Tennessee.
Woo! Hot October. I just wish it was like that for like the whole month. Well, maybe not that warm, but warmer. Especially for the kiddies when they go out for Halloween and stuff like that. Because it's pretty much been rain and snowy for the last 3 probably Halloweens.
Oh, man. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yep.
Hot as balls.
Oh, boy. Speaking of which, things are heating up this week. With Camaro stuff. We got some cool stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
I don't know what you were thinking.
I said hot as balls, and you said speaking of which.
I just meant things heating up.
Oh.
Not balls. But anyway, okay. All right. So we got a lot of things to talk about. Let's do a rundown here. We're going to talk about CamaroCon, obviously. Chris, we got sales figures for this quarter.
Yep.
A couple of articles about how the Camaro is just beating the living crap out of the Mustang, will continue to do so. We're going to talk about SEMA. SEMA is coming up in less than a month. I've got a giveaway going on that in case you missed it, you need to hear about. And then we just got some garage talk for the rest of the show. It's going to be fun. Please stick around all the way through.
Hot show.
Hot. Speaking of shows, last week's show.
Yes.
You did something that you haven't done in, well, let's see, this is number 236. So 4 or 5 years. And it was dramatically different with that show. And not a single person noticed it.
Not a single person. No one said, hey, Chris, did you realize, or
was that a mistake or on purpose?
I mean, I see our statistics. You people are listening to the show.
Well, maybe they're listening, but they're not paying attention.
Or maybe they I don't know.
Or maybe they just skip right to the goods. Or maybe we have so many long-term listeners
Diehards
from back previous days that they just didn't even notice.
Diehards.
Diehards. They just say, yeah, it's what I'm used to hearing.
Yeah.
So pay attention, guys. We're starting to mix things up and have a little fun. Clearly, we're talking about rectums and balls and hot and all that. So, all right. Now, we'll keep it PG-13, though, promise. You know what else has gone from R to PG-13? Las Vegas over the past several years. It's like a family destination now.
Well, not like it was in the 80s.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Theme parks and
you can blow up people's cars and other people just look the other way and all.
Yeah.
CamaroCon.
It looks like it's almost going to be like Camaro Fest West.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they're expecting a huge number of cars. I'm talking about rivaling Camaro Fest. It's not like they're in competition, though. I mean,
no.
Camaro Fest, awesome event. East Coast, Kentucky. I went this year. Had a great time. CamaroCon, it's the 3rd annual car show. It's moving from where it was last year, and I think the last 2 years, Temecula, California.
Temecula, yeah.
That's where Matt from Lethal Camaro, he runs this, moved it to Las Vegas Motor Speedway, and it's gonna be huge. I want to say they have over 700 cars already registered.
The goal is 1,000.
Yeah. They're going to have drag racing. They're going to have outside road course racing. They're going to have an autocross. They're going to have a Borla exhaust show and shine. Cool. And they're going to have a rev competition.
Oh, boy. The hell is that?
Oh, it's just a I don't know. It could be the turbo 4-cylinder revving up. I don't know.
Oh boy.
They're gonna have a RotoFab dyno competition.
Cool. So it's your typical awesome car show event.
And it's like
Rev
it's
competition.
only like a 1-day show, I think. It's only like 1 day. Hold on.
That's a lot to do in 1 day.
Let's see. They got a map, activities. This is 3rd annual Camaro Con. Okay, it says 12th and 13th.
Where? I'm looking on the site. I don't see the date at all.
Well, it says right.
Oh, there it is, right there, 12 and 13, right there in the description. But it's not apparent. I need to put that in the header image. But anyway, either way, Rev competition. Ready? Let's do our real impression of Rev competitions.
Okay.
And then the one guy with his go-kart or whatever.
I don't know.
Well, I would fail at the Rev competition.
Yeah.
They should actually have people gather on microphones and do an audio Rev competition like we just did.
Yeah, you step up to the mic, the DJ booth, and then rev it up as much as you can, Dude, sounds like this is a huge event. I wish I could be going. I know so many people are hitting me up. Are you going to be there? No, I'm not going to be there. Too many West Coast trips for me, guys, for 1 month. I got to be in Vegas for SEMA. So I'm already going to be cross country. Then I wish I could be out there for those couple days, but I can't. So I will miss you all, and have fun out there. I hope you're I hope it's a great time. I want to see lots and lots of pictures. Do you remember when GM brought us out there before SEMA and we raced at the on the drag strip, and then we did the little autocross and the Sonics?
Yeah, we didn't even bother doing the autocross and the Camaro because, well, we've done that so many times.
Yeah. So we jumped in the Sonics.
Yeah, and that was fun, man.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah.
I'll never forget how fun that was.
I remember the dude who was in the passenger seat with me, he kind of yelled at me a little bit when I was drag racing, because, well, obviously we know how to drag race, and it was a stock Camaro, so I drove around the water. And he's like, "Well, where are you going? What?" I go, "I'm driving around the water. I don't want to bring the water up to the track."
Yeah. Did he get it?
He thought I was crazy. So I was just like, I don't know if he was a drag racer.
I don't think so. I think he's probably part of the, the agency side that,
Yeah.
It happens. It happens.
So, yeah.
So, too cool. Yeah, like you said, we're going to be in Vegas like 2 weeks later.
Yeah. But
we'll talk about that in a little bit.
So if you're going to Camaro Con 2019, I hope you're having a great time, because that's next weekend. And here, I want somebody, I don't care if you're there, I want someone preferably at the Rev competition. Call our voicemail line. Let us know you're there.
That's a good idea.
Let us know you're there, and let's hear it. So those of you who are listening, and I know there's several of you who are going,
yeah,
give us a call.
That should be cool.
Yeah.
Oh man, I can't wait to hear about it. Wish I could be there, like you said.
Yeah.
All right. Chris, you got some sales figures for this quarter. It switched, a year or two ago from monthly to quarterly.
Yeah. We got third quarter results. And the highlights, all the headlines are Dodge Challenger outsells Mustang and Camaro in the third quarter 2019, but it's not the sales leader. This article comes to us from Autoblog. And it says the Dodge Challenger is nearly old enough to start driver's ed in some states.
That's weird right there.
And it doesn't have a firm grasp on the increasingly crucial concept of downsetting, yet it beats the odds and becomes the most popular American two-door model during the third quarter of 2019. It's ballooning sales. Suggests buyers don't always want the latest, most advanced car they can get in their hands. Dodge sold 18,031 examples of the Challenger during third quarter 2019, a shocking 21% increase over the same point in 2018. It's true. Muscle car normally sardined in the same can as the Chevrolet Camaro and Ford Mustang. A pair of smaller, nimbler,
and cooler
two doors that are much closer to the historic definition of a pony car. Semantics aside, the Mustang finished second with 16,823 sales, a 12.3% drop compared to third quarter of 2018. And Camaro took third with 12,275, a 15% dip that alarmingly comes in wake of two redesigns. More specific sales figures aren't available. We don't know what percentage of the males, or the mix of V8s and manuals and automatics and all that good stuff. So, let me just...
Of course, the last paragraph, I just caught that. Yeah. Third quarter statistics revealed a handful of other surprises. Dodge notably sold 3 examples of the Dart, a sedan that hasn't been built since 2016.
That's a 93% drop compared to the 45 units it found a home in the third quarter of 2018.
They must have just been sitting there on the lot or in a warehouse or something. Somebody's like, get this Dodge Dart out of here.
Dodge Dart. All I'll say about that is I don't think this is going to be an accurate representation of the new LT1 model that Chevrolet is pushing out with the Camaro. So let's take a look at the next 3 quarters. I'm in particular looking at first quarter 2020, maybe even the tail end of the fourth quarter 2019, because these things weren't being pushed out till end of August, beginning of September, anyways. So let's wait and see what kind of sales figures Camaro puts out then.
Yeah, and again, we have to say this every time now. It's not about how many they sell; it's how much money they make off each one. They care about money. Money.
And I'm still calling BS on the Challenger and saying they're playing fleet games and the incentives are what's driving them. So they got a lot of money on the hoods.
Yep, they sure do. Speaking of competition, a couple articles came to us from LS1 Tech. Got some cool articles going on. 2 of them, one on September 9th and the other one here on September 11th. First one, Camaro stomps Mustang repeatedly in 5th gear drag races, the TV show 5th Gear. Basically, the long and short of it is Mustang just could not outrun the Camaro no matter what in the straight line. It's kind of a neat... 5th Gear is a UK show, so they're just beating the crap out of some Yankee Doodle cars or whatever they want to call them. I don't know what they call them, but... even drag strip mode didn't help. The Camaro just beat the crap out of the Mustang every time. And it will continue to do so because in the other article, the title is 2020 ZL1 1LE will trounce the carbon fiber 2020 GT500. Here's why. And it's a neat article. It just talks about how even though the Mustang's lighter, it's definitely lighter, but there are other glaring reasons why Bowtie's flagship will still whoop on the GT500. One, the ZL1 1LE is a much cheaper package. I should say more affordable. It's got better aerodynamics, less horsepower, but more torque for the ZL1 1LE. Taller gears, but much shorter first gear ratio. Better suspension, better handling, more performance, less wallet impact is a better way to put it. So neat article. That Mustang does look pretty wicked if you even remotely like Mustangs. But, we talked about last week the $10,000 racing stripe. So... But it's a neat comparison. It's of course just bench racing. It's not real world, but boy,
I'm waiting for Motor Trend to get a hold of a new GT500 and ZL1 1LE, put them head to head on the track, and I can't wait. I can't wait. Yeah.
Yep. It's gonna be pretty cool. This is gonna be like the Clash of the Titans, if you will. Yeah. But on paper, Camaro's going to smoke it.
Smoke it.
Cool articles from LS1 Tech.
I just added something to our list here.
Yeah, definitely something to talk about.
So I thought we'd touch on this just a little bit. Chevrolet introduced the first hardtop Corvette convertible this week, the C8 Stingray. And I kind of knew it was coming out, and kind of like when I saw you message, you're like, oh, this just popped up, and I was like, oh yeah, check this out. It's pretty bad. It reminds me of how the Camaro top goes up and down.
Yes.
But the Stingray C8, oh my god, dude, that is sexy as hell.
It sure as heck is,
Oh
man.
my God.
And it's they say it's not going to add any more weight.
But it adds like what $8,000 or $10,000 to the price. But still, bro. Oh my God. The way that the top goes in down, you can see the engine, and oh my God.
I think they said it doesn't add more weight, or maybe it doesn't take away more space.
Yeah.
One of the two. It looks great, man. I mean, I would like to get a C8 Corvette in a year or two, and gosh, I'd actually consider that just because it's just good job. That's all I can say. Good job, Chevrolet.
Yeah. If you haven't seen it yet, I'll link it up. The media stuff. You got to see these pictures. You got to see the video of the dude driving down the road, and I'm guessing he just pushes a button and the top opens, and it's pretty badass. I love it.
Yep. Too cool, man. Too cool. Good job, Chevrolet. Speaking of Chevrolet, we're going to be seeing the Chevrolet camp as well as the Ford camp and the Dodge Dot camp.
Yeah?
We're going to see
yeah?
them. We talked about this last week. We're going to talk about it until we're there, and we hope to see you there.
Oh, I can't wait.
We're going to be reporting from the SEMA show. I'm going to be there scoping out new products to review on my YouTube channel. But the big highlight of the SEMA show with us is the meet and greet Wednesday night.
November 6th?
We do this every time.
November, I wrote it down. November 6th, 7th?
Yeah, November 6th. So a month from the day this is released.
Yeah. Looking forward to that. Level Up in MGM Grand Casino. Very easy to find. Right on the main level. It's a pretty wide open area. I'm looking forward to it. So if you're hearing this, you're invited.
Yeah. Don't be shy. Come on out. Grab a drink, play some video games, meet some people, meet us. We'd love to meet you.
Yeah. Sound good.
I mentioned my YouTube channel. I'm having so much fun with that. Just doing stuff in my garage.
What are you doing
especially
next?
when I can't drive my car because of the GM strike. I wish that would end soon.
It sounds like they're close.
Good, because I can't get the replacement part for my fuel pump that I need. In fact, let me just check the news this morning here. GM strike, General Motors, GM strike. What do we got here? Ripples across economy. There's really... Anyway. I guess, who knows, right?
Yeah.
I've been doing reviews. I talk about this before just because, honest to God, and I wouldn't lie to anybody about this. Armor Shield ceramic coating. I was really always skeptical about the whole ceramic coating thing. And then I got my hands on some of the stuff because one of my YouTube friends was trying it and he loved it. And I'm like, I'll try it. So I got some and love it so much. I advocate and promote for it. And I became kind of like almost an unofficial FAQ dude sometimes because of my videos. But I actually got another set because I'm doing a head-to-head shootout with the cheap Chinese knockoffs that everybody says is the same stuff, just rebranded. And I'm giving in that process, I'm giving a kit away. It's worth $70 before discounts. And according to the contest here, Brent Franker has the most chances to win so far.
Oh boy!
But he says he wants it. But I think that somebody out there listening might want it more. All you gotta do is just follow some steps or just check the contest page every day. It's 100% free. Doesn't cost you a dime. I'm giving it away for free. Just gotta participate and have some fun. And then you can get your hands on a kick-ass Armor Shield ceramic coating kit so you can check it out, try it out, and tell me if you think it's as awesome as I think it is. I've converted a few people over to it, and they swear by the stuff. I do too.
Okay.
So there you go. Chris, you can link, if you don't mind linking that up in the show notes for the giveaway.
My question about ceramic coating is more about the longevity of it. And, you've been using it for almost a year now.
Well over a year.
I would love to see what the longevity, because, you see other ones, they're like, oh, this is good for 2 years. This one is good for 4 years. This one is good for 5 years, depending on which Pro model you get. So my question is...
Pro model? Okay,
yeah,
anyway.
How long is this going to last? And what kind of effect, if any, is it going to have on the paint that it's protecting?
None. It has no effect on it. And the reason why, I'll tell you the reason why. It works the same way that a car polish does. A car polish will settle in to the pores of the paint. Paint, even if it's brand new and smooth, it still has pores in it. There's valleys and crevices. Just by nature, they're at a microscopic level. What ceramic coating does is the same thing that polish does, or even wax for that matter. But what makes it important is it has something called silicon dioxide in it, which is better known as SiO2, or also quartz. And it's at a microscopic level, so it fills in those cracks and valleys, leaves a smooth surface, but because it has silicon dioxide composition, it's just very, very tough. So it's one way to look at it is like a polish that's just really tough. It's that simple. And we've been using polish for I don't know how long. You don't see polish not work on your car. You don't see parts of it where it's like it looks like clear coat peeling where some of it's still there and some of it's not. It just kind of fades off. And ceramic coating does the same thing. How long it takes? I've always said this, be very, very careful of any company that says it lasts forever. Not possible. Especially out of something that comes in a bottle that you apply in your garage or your driveway. Armor Shield says 2 to 5 years. And they have a range because there's no way they can guarantee what you do. You know, if you drive 150 miles a day, it's obviously not going to last the full 5 years.
Right.
If your car's a garage queen like mine is, it's probably going to last a lot longer than 5 years. It just all depends on the usage. It depends on how you wash it. Do you hand wash it or do you take it through an automatic car wash? There's nothing you can buy in a bottle that's gonna protect it like they say that ceramic coating where it'll stop a paint or a stone chip or something like that. It doesn't work that way. All it is it could be considered a sacrificial layer that can kind of prevent light scratches, but it's not a miracle thing. But the benefit you get out of it is that you don't have to wash your car hardly ever. I did a 6-month follow-up video. I applied it to my daily drivers. Oh gosh, it's going on almost a year ago now. But it was at the 8-month mark. I reviewed it, and I just did a quick hand wash, nothing special, just car wash. It still came out like it was brand new. It still repels water. I proved it, and I'm going to do it again at the 1-year mark and even at the 2-year mark. And I only used 1 coat. You're actually supposed to use 2. Another warning sign: if they say yes, multiple layers will help it more. No, that's not true. It's not true at all. If it was that good, it wouldn't need multiple layers. Armor Shield says do 2 layers and that's it. The reason why, sometimes you might miss a spot or two because it's crystal clear. You don't quite see it. It's not something you can see very well. It's clear as glass. So you might miss a spot. A second coat is just kind of make sure you covered all the areas from the first. It doesn't soak in. Yeah. You can't layer it on top of each other because it doesn't stick to each other.
One thing that I know seems to be a common question or a common misconception with ceramic coating too is that it fixes your paint.
No.
And then the fact of the matter is, if you got scratches and swirls in your paint and you put ceramic coating over it, it's just going to protect those swirls and scratches that are already in the paint. You're not going to be able to get those swirls and scratches out. Don't you have to do a thorough paint correction if you want to do it properly?
If your paint needs it, then yes.
Yeah, I'm talking about swirls, scratches, day-to-day type stuff. Because that's not going to come out when you put a ceramic coating on.
No, it won't. Any more than putting car polish on it. Well,
exactly.
Car polish will help swirls to a degree. It does fill in those swirl marks, but it won't cure it. For example, it's like saying if you have a cut on your arm, you can't put lotion on it to heal it fast. It just doesn't work that way. But yeah, I mean, if you have scratches, it'll just fill in the scratch, and it's crystal clear. You'll see the scratch. It doesn't. A scratch is damage.
Right.
Period. It's a break in the surface, your clear coat or your paint, and this is not clear coat. And this is not paint. So all it does is it's just going to fill in, but again, it's a microscopic layer. It's not a. It's microscopic.
Microscopic.
Yeah. So yeah. It'll probably help hide swirl marks, kind of like a polish will. But if your car needs paint correction, then that's what it needs. Period. Yeah. Then when you put the stuff on top of it, it'll look even better. So what else? We didn't even plan this, but what else you got to talk about?
Well, let's see. How many voicemails do we got? None. How many emails do we got? None.
Well, did you have any more ceramic coating questions or questions that you've seen? Because I'll be happy to answer them since we're talking about it. The stuff works. Yeah. All the details for it.
Can you take it off? if you need to repaint, like say you get in a car accident and you need to bump out a section and repair it. Is it easy to take off? Like Dawn dish detergent. That's the kind of the go-to to remove any type of wax or anything like that.
Yeah, I haven't tested it with Dawn, but I will because I'm doing that shootout. And that was one of the things that was recommended. Just use that. That's how I prep, is by using Dawn.
Yeah.
And that's another thing that's really important that people miss out on when it comes to ceramic coating. They think they can just slap it on. No, you have to prepare the surface so it adheres properly. Otherwise, you're going to waste your time. So you got to get all the stuff off, use Dawn, then you got to clay the car. Then you can do paint correction if you need it, and then you apply the stuff. How to that's one of the questions I didn't quite understand why people would ask. How do you take it off? Why would you want to? I mean, the whole point is to make the car look better. Why would you want to make it look worse by taking it off? But you raise a good point. Or some people just like to try different things. They want to take it off and try something else. You can use a polishing compound like in an orbital, and it'll take it back off. From what I'm told, I haven't done it myself.
Okay,
but you can. I've not had a reason to want to.
Remember when your car was at SEMA, and they couldn't even get anything to stick to the car?
That's right. That was because it was freshly paint corrected with some high end stuff that my buddy did. But the thing is with that is and honestly, when I did a video putting the C6.5 spoiler on my Corvette, and I had to put down some masking tape. Masking tape wouldn't stick to it. I had to really just like rub that masking tape down so it would stay, because it kept peeling off. So wow, that was that same situation with my Camaro. But it's the same overall principle. The difference is it just lasts longer. You don't have to apply it as much.
That's cool.
I've had a lot of fun with this. They're coming out with some a booster of sorts, like a ceramic coating booster, and I'm like, because they wanted to send some to me to test. It's not even hitting the market yet. And I'm like, well, if your product is so good, I would challenge them on it. If your product is so good, why do you need a booster?
Yeah.
And he got back when he's like, well, it does start to gradually wear off, just like anything else, just like polish or wax. This is kind of like a helper. It kind of throws another layer on top of it that's not quite as labor intensive. So it kind of fills in those areas where it starts to wear off. And any ceramic coating it'll happen to.
Interesting.
It's neat. They're still advancing. They're changing their formula all the time too. People say, "Oh, spend $4 from AliExpress or Alibaba or eBay." All right, whatever. Go ahead, dude. It's not the same stuff. I'm gonna prove it. Let's see here.
That almost took us to the end of the show too.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this article.
The next one on the list there.
What the F is this? Is this even in our country? Because I can see from the license plate on the car. Doesn't appear to be American.
I'm trying to. Well, it's at a Home Depot. So let's see here. Oh yeah, it's New York. It's a New York license plate on the back of it.
Okay.
A long time ago. Holy crap! Like 20 years ago, I spied was it a Firebird body with a Camaro front end on it?
Yes.
And this is when I was living in Flint, Michigan, right next to a GM plant, and somebody was testing a car. It was the Camaro or the Fire Cam or whatever. Yeah. Or the Fire Marrow or the whatever. It was just that. It was a Firebird body with a Camaro front end on it. They were just using it for some testing. Well, according to the drive, somebody here found a Ford Mustang with a Chevrolet Camaro Z28. That says Z28, but I don't think that's accurate.
Yeah. Doesn't
front end on it. What the hell?
The Mustaro or the Camstang?
Oh, God, that just sounds even worse.
The Wacko Pony Car Supremacy. We've got a few names in mind, but Hack Job isn't one of them. We can't find any evidence online. This is common enough conversion to have been made from a commercially available kit.
What?
Meaning this is a no expenses spared custom job, bro.
Quite honestly, it lines up really well.
It sure does. What the?
It's got performance stickers all over the place. It looks really good from the front.
But yeah, because it looks like a Camaro.
Yeah, and it's got some dorky some weird headlights. I don't know if they're dorky or not. They're just.
No, it's got to be a Mustang color that's on it too. It's like a light, like a light green.
It's like a avocado green.
Light
Barf.
avocado green, yeah.
I don't know. But it's whoever did the work. It looks like the pictures are hard to tell because they're kind of crappy pictures. I mean,
Yeah.
It looks like they took it with a StarTAC. But boy, I'm really dating myself now. Oh boy, I just don't get it. There's a link to an article where somebody grafted a Lotus face onto a Ford Mustang, and that makes this monstrosity look pretty good. Oh God. Okay, we gotta end the show before we just start making ourselves throw up.
Oh my God.
What makes you do this?
Heck? I don't know, bro.
What makes you stop it?
Dang.
Stop it. Bruh. All right. We are at time. We got more stuff to talk to you about next week. We've been wanting to talk about donuts and Brodies. You know, donuts and cider, donuts and Brodies. Just some miscellaneous other stuff. But what we really want is some voicemails.
Yes.
We haven't had a voicemail in a while, a good voicemail in a while. So we'd love to hear from you. Please feel free to use our voicemail hotline. Talk about what we've talked about or talk about something new, and we'll join you.
Yep. In other words, we'll go get out there and I don't know. I drove my Camaro yesterday after I got back from Cleveland.
Yeah.
Just because, you know what? I don't have too much time left here. Before the next thing you know, it's gonna be snowing and whatnot. So I'm sure we're gonna be talking about putting your freaking cars away again soon.
I don't know the way the weather's going. Not likely.
That'd be great. I'd love to be able to drive my Camaro on Christmas.
Well, nobody's stopping you.
Yeah. All right, let's get out of here.
All right. Thanks for listening, everybody.
We'll see you next week. See ya.
Thanks for listening to The Camaro Show.
Don't forget, drop us a voicemail at 586-486-3182.
We'll see you next week.
See ya.